Hi, my name is Brett Hill with the Mindful Coach Method, and I wanted to talk to you about something that's really important, and that's a coach or a professional in some kind of a helping capacity, someone who's in a role of helping people do better in their life, be better, have better success, greater engagement, more aliveness, more authenticity. It's so important. It's crucial work. It's vital, particularly in these times. So it's necessary when you do this to keep your skills up. You can go get a certification or get a particular kind of approach going and do well by staying with that. But over time, things change. The kinds of problems that people bring to the table, to the conversation, they change. COVID's a great example. The stresses and the kinds of issues that people are encountering because of COVID and still encountering are not the same as we had 5 years ago. And then the Great Resignation. I'm not happy in my work. Because we had a chance to sit back and take stock and sense into what is my relationship to this job and go, you know what? I may be being successful and have a good job here, but I'm giving up something that is more important to me than that. That's such an incredible awareness, and helping people come to terms with that kind of a realization in a real way is incredibly valuable work, and work that wasn't necessarily presenting itself as face forward as it was a few years ago. So the conversation changes over time, and the kinds of things that people show up with changes over time. And so we, as coaches and helping professionals, we need to change over time. So investing in your skills is really important in an ongoing way. So what do you do? Well, there's plenty of choices and opportunities out there. And I'm going to put in my pitch here for helping you as a coach and other people learn to be more mindful and present as a baseline for doing coaching. Magdalena Nook, the CEO of International Coaching Federation, said, mindfulness helps develop presence, which is the most important coaching skill. So when you bring mindfulness into a session, you are giving your client the best version of you. You're giving your client the most important gift you can bring, which is your full attention, your presence, your awareness, and mapped onto that, your skill set to help them with whatever the presenting issue is. And in this way, you're going to deepen the relationship, you're going to deepen rapport, you're going to earn their trust, and the session's going to go better, because they're going to feel you being there for them. And that's going to be demonstrated in the way that you speak, the things that you talk about, the way you reflect back to them that you're getting it. You're tuning in, you're getting it, you're tracking, which is another skill we teach in the Mindful Coach Method. You're tracking not only what they say, but who they are. And when you connect to them at that level, big doors open. And it really makes a difference. So learning to be mindful and present in your sessions is an incredibly valuable skill. Using that with some mindful communication skills and some somatic skills. Now that's where you really, really turn coach presence and mindfulness into a superpower. And I'm only slightly over-exaggerating. Clearly it's not, some divine superpower, but it is a superpower for sure, in the sense of it's a great capacity to bring into a session to be able to connect your client to their actually in the moment felt sense of their problems. And when you do this well, the conversation changes totally from being, well, this happened, and then this happened, and then you're in storyland. Nothing wrong with storyline, but you can hang out there for a long time and not really make much progress, just treading water. So how do you deepen? Mindful presence. And then you help the client say, so are you feels like you're kind of just hanging out in treading water a little bit, maybe, right? Yeah, this never really seems to go in here. Well, what's that feel like? I don't know. It feels tired. I'm like tired of like just really dealing with all these issues and never really grabbing a hold and getting a firm grip on things. Oh, grabbing hold. So what would it feel like if you could grab it? Just imagine you're grabbing a hold. What would it feel like to grab hold? And you actually ask them to act it out somatically, physically. What's it like to grab a hold and feel into that? Oh man, this feels so great. It feels like I can finally get my arms around something substantial. And you ask them to live that moment in their bones and see what happens. It's an exploration. They brought the image to you. They said, this is what I want to do. You just help them live it. And when you do that, they will automatically deepen into something that is profoundly true for them. In this way, you do something we teach very strongly in the Mindful Coach method, which is to facilitate towards resourcefulness. This helps the client find their own natural resilience and their own natural capacity for resourcefulness. And then when they're landed in that, when they have their arms around this thing and they're feeling solid, and you say, now from this place, look back at the thing you're struggling with, they go, wow, I don't know why I was so worried. It's like, yeah, I got this, right? And so I say often with this method, the client's problems don't go away, they just get smaller because the client gets bigger. So from this expanded, resource, embodied, empowered place, there's a lot more capability at hand. And whenever that happens, the what to do becomes a different story. It becomes, you approach it completely differently than if you just skip all that and go right straight into execution. Because you're bringing a completely different toolkit to the moment, to the problem. And that's, in a nutshell, what I would like for coaches to invest in for skills. And that's the reason I have a training on this called the Mindful Coach Method at themindfulcoachmethod.com. And it's my wish, my hope, my dream that you will check it out and connect with me around this training, because I'd love to see you there. Thank you very much. This is Brett.